Let's see if I'm coming in live here. Looks like it should be working. It's been a while since I've been live, so let's see. Okay. I think something is working, although I think my title's got a little bit messed up, but that's okay. This is going to be very impromptu and kind of chill. All right, so it says I'm online at Facebook. YouTube stream now says I am not. I'm sending data, but that I'm not live yet. So it looks like I'm live. Cool. I'm going to assume that I'm live. I really don't know, but that's okay. And it looks like I'm here, and I've got 0 people watching. That sounds about right. I did not promote this to anybody. It's kind of something I haven't done in a while. I'm just checking this thing out, making sure it's working still. It looks like initialized. My stream health is yellow. Why is my stream health yellow? Okay. I'm not sure why my stream health is yellow, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and play around here. Okay, there we go. I'm live on YouTube as well. 1 person's watching, so I think things are working here. Cool. All right, I'm going to put this tab away and go to what I'm going to talk about today and what I'm working on here. Hey, Samuel, how's it going, man? Hello from New York City. Hello from Orlando, Florida. So this is going to be very impromptu, guys. I want to talk about a couple things here, and then I just want to get some work done. And I've been doing a lot of video production here, and I have a project I really want to work on, and I figure that may as well try something new and do it live while, if you guys want to pop in, ask me any questions as I'm working on it. I don't have any major message here to share with you, but a couple things. So one thing is, I'm going to go into my YouTube analytics here. While I've got everybody here, let me make sure I switch over to this view here. So something I've been challenging myself to do, I haven't really made it public yet. If you're on my email list, I think I sent one note out about it. But if you look at my production schedule for since July 15th of this year, and also I think I had a video that should have published about an hour ago today, which looks like it did. Hey, Lisa, how's it going? I have challenged myself to a little a battle with myself. And let me explain here. So essentially, I'm going to, for the rest of this year, produce as high quality of a video as I possibly can on YouTube. 1 video a day for, I think it's 152 or 151 days left in the year of 2019. And my wife challenged me to it, and I'm not one to back down from a challenge. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the content I've produced recently. There's definitely a lot more to come on it. I've been working through how to organize and structure all the ideas I have in my head, and also how to make sure I generate more ideas. So if you guys have anything that you want to dig into deeper, definitely let me know. You can subscribe or you can send me a note on my contact page at inkamesh.com/contact, or just leave a comment on my YouTube channel. I try to check into those quite frequently. And as you can see, even just for 15, 16 days? I'm not even quite sure how many videos that is right there. I have a thing on my wall. Let me see if I can move this over here. So I do have a little tracker. This is my yearly tracker. It's every day of the year from July 2019 to June 2020. And ideally, I'd like to go 365 days, or just make this part of my habit, part of my professional life. We'll see how it goes, though. But already you can see from month over month, from July 4th to the 31st, I'm already up 45% on my views, up 20% on my kind of subscriber growth for that month. So as far as building my business, this is helpful. This is definitely a good thing to do. It's a challenge. It's something that's, we'll see how sustainable it is over the long term, but the results are already there. I've noticed my affiliate commissions, not that I really push my affiliates that hard. Those have increased. It's been enjoyable for me to do. So I think that I'll probably bake in some live streaming into this content creation structure, but you can see kind of how things are going, and it's steady. I'm getting good comments, good growth, and people care about the stuff that I'm putting out. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from all my videos. So this is just really a really fun experiment for me. But that is my kind of meta experiment, what I'm doing on my content creation calendar. In a couple of days, I'm going to produce some videos where I ask you guys a question, but if I've got anybody here live, looks like they might have dropped off, which is okay. I'm really just doing this to make sure that I can still go live and everything's working. Oh, I've got 4 people watching. Looks like my analytics aren't working correctly. I'm streaming with Restream. It's a pretty cool looking tool. So it looks like I have 4 people on here on YouTube Live, but it doesn't look like I can really see it on the other thing. So I apologize about that. If you guys have any questions, by the way, as I'm unfortunately rambling right now, please leave them in the chat and I'll make sure I get to them. I should be live on Facebook and on YouTube. We'll just make sure this is all working correctly. So I'm going to pull myself up here, and I got somebody watching on Facebook as well. So I'll check both those comments. Looks like my comment tool isn't quite working as I want it to, which happens in the world of tech. Awesome. Thanks, Lisa. So in a lot of my tutorials, I break things down step by step. I go through the process of building out either membership sites or different things online. Awesome, Jay. I'll answer that question in a second. You can follow along very step by step. And a lot of that is because I start from scratch on almost all of my tutorials. And this is kind of a wasted opportunity. And I'm looking at some ways of making this better, meaning I want to have an ongoing kind of saga of building out a real business and even earning income from a business that I kind of show you guys as I'm building it step by step. So if you want to build an agency website or anything like that, to actually give you guys the step-by-step and show some continuity on it. So I'm not entirely sure that the soup is still kind of cooking, I guess, of figuring out how to really monetize this idea and really implement this idea. But that's the idea right now. And so I am going to open up my agency. Again, I've done a lot of agency work this year. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to double down on it and become like a full-blown agency model. And I'll have a lot of videos about these thoughts as I go through, really helping you decide what niche you want to go into. If you're a website designer, if you're a pay-per-click digital marketer, I've done a lot of different services, and they're all quite successful. But the question is, what's right for you as an individual? What is going to be that nice mixture of scalability, of being able to take on not just 1 or 2 clients at a time? Because some clients, even some clients that I have now, to do it really the right way is almost a full-time job. Oftentimes there are some custom jobs that you either need to price correctly, and that's on you as the entrepreneur to make sure that you're charging the right price for the amount of work. But even when you do that, especially if you're kind of a newbie and a novice, it's hard to even know the amount of effort, the amount of customization that's going to go into a project when you're first meeting, you're kind of doing that dating thing with the lead and you're having some conversations and you really want to help this person. But it can be difficult to really isolate down what is this going to cost? How much time is this going to take? My audio is echoing. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm going to do a couple things here. This should fix it. Let me know if this fixes it, JJ. And thank you for reporting that. Yeah, thanks. Hey, Stratos. I hope this is working. I'm going to I'll keep talking, but you guys let me know if this is still having an issue here. And also okay, cool. Guys, it's been a long time since I've done live streaming, and I use a different software when I'm doing live streaming compared to when I'm doing screen recording for my daily videos. So thank you, guys. I'm getting back into the swing of it here with this one here. So, all right, I was on the track of figuring out what services to offer. And there has been something that I have been extremely interested in for a long time. I've done some little one-off projects for people. I haven't charged people for it because I want to make sure that it's really something I want to pursue as a business venture, not just kind of like helping out a friend. But I helped my wife grow our business, our main business, the reason why I retired at the end of last year, using a lot of analytics and Facebook advertising. And that was it was a great run. We had a great time doing that. And since then, we've backed off of Facebook on that brand and moved into other avenues. But doing messenger bots has been one of those tools I really see as being a bright future, kind of a blue ocean in the future. And I'm considering opening up agency work for that because I find that business model has the right blend of techie goodness that will keep me happy to kind of service clients individually for what they need, as well as, and more importantly, the scalability of being able to go from 1 client to 5 clients to 10 clients to 25 clients without too much, not hard work. There's going to be hard work, right? But without too much struggle along the way. So Yeah, so what I want to do, and what I'll be doing on my YouTube channel for quite a while now, is going through, and I'll do a little bit on this live stream here because I've got a minute. The son is sleeping, the girls and my wife are out at a school social, so I've got some time to work a little bit. I want to start building out an agency website. As I continue to think about my offer, think about how I want to price it and how I want to do my client acquisition, and I figure I'll start a new website because while I use Thrive on my incomemesh.com site for this new brand or this new idea, I want to be able to have the other tools I recommend on this channel, but also be able to really use them not just in a tutorial fashion, but in a real business setting, so I can provide you guys even better advice as we go. I'm going to go and check your comments real fast before I dive into working on it. But what do you guys think? And also, I'll ask you, as I'm going through these comments, I'll ask you to think and leave in the comments below, or wherever the comments are for you, what brand name, and I'll give you a couple options here. So on the one hand, let me go to my screen here. Let me do this one here, and let me just pull up PowerPoint. So as you guys probably know, I blog mainly over at incomemesh.com. And this is something interesting I'm trying here. I've never really tried polling my audience for suggestions, but if I'm going to have this much content, I really want to build that community and let you guys really be a part of it and help it succeed. So I've got incomemesh.com, which is a website that I'm proud of. I do a lot of blogging on it. I'm not quite sure if it's the name I want for my agency. So what I've been thinking about is option A is convert-.com. I already own these domains as I'm playing with, and I've actually used these domains for some tutorials as well. Convert-.com, because I like conversion optimization. It's kind of my geeky thing. So that's one that I'm thinking about. And then the other option is just doing something like go.incomemesh.com, where this would be a subdomain. I'm not sure. So what I'm curious is if you were to start up an agency, which I'm doing here, and I'm going to make my own decisions, of course, but I really want to know what you guys think as far as naming an agency, if going with my existing brand and then just having a separate installation where I can customize what the tech stack is on that and the process there, or if going totally separate, because I do see advertising as being a big acquisition method here, as well as using these videos, but I want to have additional revenue streams, not just for the revenue streams, but I want to make sure that I have a brand that's really built out and that I can be trustworthy for you guys, because I don't just walk the walk and teach this, but I do this for real, and I want to be able to have some of the agency side of it too. Alrighty, so so JJ asked, how much can you earn as a website designer? Thanks. And my audio is echoing. So you're the first one to report that. Thank you. How much you can make, that is a very good question. And it really comes down to a couple of things. In the beginning, you're working more to build your portfolio of work and of your kind of goodwill in the universe. I think you really do reap what you sow. And if you're going through the process of getting started as a website designer, I'd recommend have something else on the side. If you have a corporate job and you do website design at night, that's a fantastic business model. I kind of blogged at night while I had a corporate engineering management position. So that is a pretty awesome thing you can do. And why you can do that is it takes the stress off of you of making it work right now. It is a job that you can go into tomorrow and start making a full-time income. It might not be the income that you desire, and you might be working more than you'd want to. But if you can take that pressure off of having to pay the rent this month, then I think you'll have a better time long term, because you can really enjoy the process of finding who you want to serve and also getting your rates to where they want to be. You can go to Fiverr right now, and I'm sure you could probably buy a website for $500 on Fiverr. You're going to get a template, and they're going to maybe put in you'll have to have your client give you exactly what you want. So when it comes to figuring out where you want to live, like in your niche, what niche do you want to serve? Do you want to be kind of a jack of all trades? I have fallen into that trap at times when I'll here's a client who wants to pay me, I'll do anything you want me to do, right? Like, you don't want to be in that position. So if you decide you want to be a website designer for a real estate agent or for dietitians or any particular type of vertical, any particular industry, two things are going to happen. One is you're going to be able to increase your prices from $500 a website to $5,000 per website because you all of a sudden become the go-to guy in that industry. If you're the guy who does real estate websites, and if a real estate agent is looking for a website and they go to their competitor and they see, websites made by John Whitford at Income Mesh, you're going to start to build up this referral network as well. Whereas if you have a dentist client and then a real estate agent needs a website as well, the dentist he might, but he might not. He would more likely not recommend you to him because he doesn't know if you can do that type of thing. So that's one thing, is that you'll be able to become that go-to guy. And number two, and probably more importantly, you can scale better. Because if you're in all different industries, you're probably going to have to start from scratch a lot of times. If the client doesn't provide you the stock photos that you need, or the images of their business, and if you have to go and wrangle together all these images from scratch every single time, it's going to be a lot more work, and your dollar per unit time, your hourly rate, that's going to go down because you just can't do that forever. So for a website designer, I think that charging $1,000 per website in the beginning is probably a good starting point. But again, I've done dozens of websites for people. I've charged for most of them, not all of them, and my prices have fluctuated. It also depends on what you want to offer. So if you just do a brochure website, like you go to divi.com and you get one of their template packs, or elegantthemes.com, and you get their template packs, and you spit out a template pack, you adjust the words, and here you go. That's not a very high valued website. It's a pretty brochure. Maybe it has a contact form, maybe it has a subscription box, and if you're lucky, you might connect it to a MailChimp account for the client. But that's not, you can pretty easily quote that because by repetition exactly how long that's going to take. On the other hand, a lot of the jobs that I do, because I don't know why, I like punishment and pain, are very custom. So I'm working right now on an e-commerce business in the automotive niche. Who's actually there's a very interesting story behind that I'll share with another day. So I've got e-commerce in automotive where they're selling physical products, they're doing taxation, they've got different shipping costs and all these things built in, as well as variations, and just a ton of work on that project. I've also helped people create online courses, which is its own website, right? There's own sales funnel built into that. I'm helping somebody create a webinar funnel on a WordPress website, as well as music stores. So the point being is, right now I'm giving myself the capacity, because this isn't my sole source of income. This isn't what I really need to be the huge moneymaker right now, to discover what niche I really want to serve. And that's part of this agency project I'm working on here that I'll be working on with you guys through some lives, as well as my pre-recorded videos. But you need to figure out what you want to work on. And in the beginning, that can be hard to do. You might think if there's a niche you love, that's great. That's probably going to be the niche you want to serve. But also if it's a niche you love that creates these incredibly custom jobs every single time, and it has these huge requirements, first of all, you can't charge $1,000 on that project and really be profitable, because it's going to take you so much time to figure out individual requirements, et cetera, et cetera. I think I've gone into that quite enough. It really does depend on you as a person, your skill level, and how much you want to stretch yourself. For example, on my projects, because I'm kind of creating these ongoing relationships with clients, I could have gone the retainer model and say, hey, the initial setup fee is $10,000, and then every month is $150, $200 a month, or whatever the case might be. I haven't done that because if it's something I haven't done before, I don't want to screw the client by saying, hey, it's $10,000, and then I get halfway done. It's like, I need more money because this isn't worth my time anymore. I wouldn't do that, but that's why I'm not doing this model. And I also don't want to hurt myself by being in the hole of having to work so hard on these custom projects every single time. So hope that answers your question. Long story short, you can definitely make a full-time income from website designing, but also figure out who you want to serve and how complicated you want your websites to be. Do you want to do quality of these huge custom jobs and do a couple of them a month? Or do you want to do quantity and spit out a bunch of websites and get this referral marketing thing going for you, where you get more clients from your previous clients? And that's something I can talk about later on. So I hope that was not too much of a ramble, and hopefully it was a helpful answer. Okay. All right. Just going through here. Eric says, love where you're going. Love the content challenge you've given yourself. It's going to be a challenge, Eric. I'm enjoying it. I hope I come across as genuine as I'm doing this, because, hey, we're all figuring this stuff out, right? I had some echoing issues on the live earlier. So the only way you're going to get better is by continuing to practice and continuing to put out content. I'll go into a story in a little bit, but I'll do it now, I guess. I fell off the hole. Let me share with you guys some bad news. Bad news bears. I'm gonna go back into my analytics. I've got 7 people watching. That's fantastic. I should start emailing my list when I do this, right? So if I go to my analytics, and looking at the last 28 days, which is the default view, looks rosy, right? Looks fantastic. But if I go back and look at the last year, you want to see a wah-wah? So really getting started, I was in corporate America at this time. I was just kind of messing around whenever I had a minute to do so. And then I left my job and I started getting on this huge content train, putting out 5 videos in a week, 2 videos in a week, 3 videos in a week, et cetera, et cetera. And then something started to happen and I fell off the wagon. Here is kind of why I'm doing this now and why I'm committing to you guys here now of doing a video a day is because if I get too stuck in the weeds, if I get too into like technology hell, I don't know if I shouldn't say bad words on lives. I don't know if that's allowed. But when you get stuck, and this was a time when I was between Thrive and Elementor, Apprentice versus LearnDash. I was in technology, tech stack, bad news bears. And that's why I put out a lot of these videos, because I'm trying to help you guys avoid that same problem of figuring out what is the right tools for you, because I've been there where I was about ready to go get another job. And I didn't like my job that much, but I was in this position of that curse of knowledge, I think. What is it? There's like an old Greek parable about that. But when you start learning about all these different tools, it can be hard for you to figure out what is the right one for you. And so I finally made that decision. Right now on my Inkamesh blog, I'm using Thrive Architect, Thrive Apprentice, and I'm not really even focused on selling products right now, but I do have the Sendal integration set up. I like it because it's simple. And I am in the position right now, it's my first year doing entrepreneurship. I really want to build my list and build some goodwill with you guys. That's why I give everything away for free right now. So long story short, the challenge is there to help you guys as much as it is to help me and get my head out of my butt sometimes and just produce content for you. So Eric, you have your own agency and you're setting up some digital summits at the moment. Keep up the great content. Love to get you on as a guest on a digital summit in the future. I'd love to. Yeah, reach out to me either on a YouTube comment or just email me, john@inkamesh.com. I'd love to chat with you guys and do some of that as well. All right. And then Eric, you also ask, I see you have an auto create user on your lead gen pop-up giveaway. Lead gen pop-up giveaway. Wondering how I did that. I'm not sure what auto create user. I'm not sure. Ask that question in a different way. I'm not sure. I mean, you can auto create users in WordPress using Thrive Leads, as well as, a lot of different ways. And on my website, I'm not sure. So we can talk more. I'm going to move on that one. So JJ is asking, thanks for that. To get clients, is it usually referrals, or do you ever cold call to promote your services? I have never cold called. I probably will never cold call. I would rather, I'm an introvert. The only reason I can do this stuff is because I'm talking to a webcam. I'm here by myself in a nice quiet room. I'm largely introverted. I think cold calling works. It definitely would work. If you need to make money today and you want to go out there and get it, I know it can work for you. I know a lot of people who do cold calling. And AppSumo, which it's my guilty pleasure. I go on AppSumo and I pick up a deal every now and then when I want to get that dopamine hit. They do have oftentimes tools to help cold calling be more effective. I bought one. I never used it because, like I said, I don't like cold calling. So there are services out there that you can do. The thing I've found, and I've gotten all my clients, I've had dozens of clients already, and some will be a 24-hour engagement. I'll help them with something, and I'll charge them $100 just for an hour of time, or some that are long, ongoing projects. Almost all of them have been found through YouTube. And that's just because I like sharing and going through and teaching is one of my passions. And oftentimes the clients I attract are the clients that I want, because they're business owners who are trying to do it themselves, and they try to figure out how to do it themselves, and they find me. And then they realize, oh my gosh, maybe there's a better way. And they realize, I'm a business owner, I've got a family to feed, I have to worry about taxes and accounting and payroll and all this stuff. Why the heck am I also trying to figure out my website? And then they come in, they find me, they know what they're looking for, I've produced content on it so they know they can trust me. I've never had to sell anybody anything. Ultimately, it's just a matter of knowing who you are and what you want to serve, like who you want to serve, and then being open to providing value first, because this is all a very much, I'm giving value away, and I would love for you guys to subscribe to the channel, like that stuff, share it, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to provide value to you because I know at some point it's going to come back to me, whether it is through a direct sales funnel or whether it is simply clients coming and finding me and wanting to work together. So that's what I prefer to do, is be very much just value driven first. I'm also in a position where I can do that. Like I'm not stressed out about making the rent this month or this year. We have a business that's working. I'm big into personal finance, so we take care of our stuff. We don't live outside of our means, and that allows me to kind of live a lower stress life. I don't have a Lamborghini. We have a Sienna because we got 3 kids, which is pretty awesome for me. But we could, but we don't. You get what I mean. So for everybody's different. If you do figure out a way to do cold calling and it's effective, let me know. I'd love to see it. I'll probably never do it, but that's my perspective. Lisa's asking, I'm a beginning blogger. I'm gonna take some water. So I'm a beginning blogger, hopefully for profit. Can this stuff work for me? I feel like it should. Absolutely. My wife, we have over 50,000 students, and she teaches mothers how to blog. I think that's probably how you found me, Lisa, if I'm not mistaken. Blogging is a perfect niche for certain people. It's not for everybody. If you if you don't like standing behind the keyboard, don't blog. But you can still run a YouTube channel and then have your own website and your own offers and your own products and all these different things. At the end of the day, my wife and I were talking about this. Blogging is basically you're a salesperson. Now, whether you choose to sell your own products or you sell somebody else's products, the world is not that complicated. Like I was getting so hung up around technology, but at the end of the day, what you're doing as a blogger, I'm assuming you're going to make money in a couple different ways. One is on ad revenue, which I'm not a big fan of that business model because we'll talk about that later. Affiliate marketing is a big one. Selling your own products, whether they're physical or digital or drop shipping and things like that. And then doing sponsored posts, like where you're trading off, I'll get you in front of my audience and I'll write you a blog post and you pay me money. Those are all different like sales and services. The world is just providing a service, providing a product, and offering services. It's kind of crazy how simple the world really is. And here I go trying to make it all complicated. You don't have to make your own products. And if you want to make money blogging, all you have to do is align yourself with a product or an industry that is able to give you money if you can refer people to them, and then you get people to them. Do it in a genuine way. I mean, never be spammy. If you think there's a better tool out there, but it doesn't pay as much as the tool that you could be promoting, like be careful because you can really hurt your brand, and people can leave you very quickly. But if you help people, if you're the sales rep walking around in Staples or Walmart or anywhere, if you can actually help people make sales, like help people find the right product for them and sell them that product, they'll be grateful for you because they're already there trying to buy something, and you are paid if you're on commission and whatnot in a sales environment. You get rewarded for providing people that service. So blogging is a great business model. YouTube does the exact same thing. Podcasting can do the exact same thing. You don't need any more to it. You can definitely add more to the business model. I mean, every blogger should have a YouTube channel, in my opinion, and vice versa. And I don't know if everybody should have a podcast, but I really want one. Let me know if I should start a podcast. I'm really curious. It's been on my mind to do this year as well, but I've got my challenge here. So really, at the end of the day, anything can work if you're willing to put in the work. And if you want to publish a video every day, you'll be a great YouTube star. My niche is not a viral niche. Like I know Adam and all these guys, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and that's fantastic. They've been doing this for a while. But you can definitely make a living. Alrighty. And selling your own products too. Absolutely. That's how we got started. But then where you go with it, it's one of those things. Once you build the audience, once you build the list through offering freebies on your website, and I've got plenty of videos on how to do that. Once you have that list, it's portable. You can move people from one venture to the next venture relatively easily. Building that list in the beginning is very difficult. That's the phase I'm in because while we have 50,000 people on a subscriber list elsewhere, I'm not using those people. I'm not asking my wife to try to move those people from her brand to mine. That would make no sense. I want to start from scratch like everybody else is, because then I can help you guys do the same thing once I've achieved it. So yeah, Lisa, go for it. Rock on. And what niche are you doing? So you're doing personal development for tiny living enthusiasts. Awesome. Personal development for tiny living enthusiasts. That's an awesome niche. And that makes a lot of sense because people who are doing tiny living, like they probably have a lot of stuff to get rid of, but they also have a lot of things to learn and probably some specialist things they can purchase. So I could see, just off the top of my head, you could do great with affiliate marketing for the certain type of products that are huge space savers. And oftentimes the things that are smaller are even more expensive because they have to be, technologically more advanced to get all the compartments into a smaller space. So you'll probably get some good affiliate commissions from physical products there, and then courses and ebooks and things like that. Obviously, you can just do anything you want to with all that stuff. Jay is also making a membership site for a course you created. I'll add courses as time goes on. Do you think that type of site would work for courses? A membership website for a course I have created. I will add courses as time goes on. Yeah, so JJ, I'm curious. The course you created is Overcome Depression. Oh man, I could have used you earlier. In that time when I wasn't producing, I had a little bit of depression myself. Be careful, like setting up. If you have a full-time job and then you leave to pursue entrepreneurship, make sure you know who you are before you make that change. Because after about a decade in corporate America, you can get a lot of your identity wrapped up in that world. So that's yeah. I'm over it now, but that was a fun couple months. So let me see here. So Jay's asking about having a membership website. Yeah, so membership, that term can get thrown around a lot of different ways. I mean, if you sell a course, that is a membership to that course. So when I hear membership, what I think is like a subscription-based business where you pay monthly to get access to information. If you do that and add courses as time goes on, a lot of people do that. That's an awesome business model. It also means that you need to be active in that business, which is something I would love to do. I don't know if this is something you want to do. A lot of courses, you can put it out there. If it's evergreen content like Overcoming Depression, I don't know how much that changes. Like you should probably, once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. And it's not like technology where it changes every 5 seconds. So if you want to be ongoing as like a coaching, mentorship, forum, community outreach and things like that, the membership model makes a ton of sense because they're getting that ongoing value. If it's one where it's you sell a course and it's one and done, I think you might want to rethink that and at least how you do pricing. But I'm making a lot of assumptions here. The other thing I wanted to say is on that note, Thrive Themes has a cool blog post about membership versus courses. And I know I should probably redirect you to some of my own my own blog posts, but I really do respect these guys. I think they do a great job at educating as well as providing tools. So I'm going to put this, I don't even know how, but you can go here to Thrive Themes membership versus course. And he has a good idea, like a good breakdown of those two different business models. $12-month payment plans for access to the courses. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that definitely works. I know a lot of people who do that. Good luck with it. I mean, that's a great niche. You're helping the world be a better place. Seriously, I'm laughing, but it's just out of my own nervousness. Keep going. That's awesome. Alrighty. Eric asks 50,000 on the list on the other business using Drip for that. No, we use ConvertKit for the bigger list. It gets pricey. It's a business. It's something where we have so many automations built in, rules, tags that even the idea, I've done a lot of videos on Groundhog recently. I'm personally using Drip on Income Mesh, but I'm looking at using Groundhog for this agency business that I want to build as well. And the prices do add up, but it's a business. And honestly, the functionality of ConvertKit and Drip is great. It does what you need it to do. It's worth the payment plan every step of the way. All right. So if there's no more questions, what I want to do is kind of work a little bit. I'll share with you what I've done so far. And then I'll just kind of work for a little bit and chat with you guys if there's anything you guys want to ask me as I'm going. But I'm testing this out because I have so many ideas. There's so many things I want to do that I feel like I should also work while building that community as well. Why not kill two birds with one stone? So what I have here, this is convertdash.com. And also nobody voted. Hey, I'm upset. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, I missed a lot of comments. It auto-scrolled. My bad. Let me see here. Let me check a couple more comments here. Samuel saying, stay away from funnel anything. It's become spammy in my opinion. I agree, Samuel. At least the word, funnel, flow, charts, all this stuff. But, I mean, two things on that. Like, I agree that that's the button. the word is being overused, that everybody is coming out with a tool to, to make it awesome. And these tools are great. I mean, the Sendowl, ClickFunnels, Kartra, Cartflows, everything with the word cart in it, right? It's because, you go back to the gold rush, and the people who made money in the gold rush back in the 1800s were not the people searching for gold. It was the people selling the tools to help people search for gold. So I do agree it's a little bit spammy that everyone's coming out with software all the time for it. But at the same time, the concept of sales funnel is not spammy. The concept of sales funnel, it's just a different way of visualizing what a business is, but it's what a business is. So I do think that when you come into this world, day one, you have no idea what a sales funnel is. I'm sure you'll find 1,000 blog posts and then get a good understanding. But there needs to be that clear way of taking somebody from not knowing about you to eventually knowing about you, liking what you do, trusting you to do it for them, and then wanting to purchase something from you. Because that's how the world works. Whether you sell ice cream or you sell email marketing services, right? That is how the world goes. We need that education in there. But I agree. I mean, I do have courses on conversion rate optimization, which is all about making our sales funnels work better. I don't intend on launching my own sales funnel product anytime soon, though. So I think we're safe for that for a while. Alrighty. So what I want to do is, because I'm having a good time, this is great. I'm in the process of rebuilding convertdash.com, and I have a video that I recorded earlier today that I'll publish in the next few days. I've got quite a queue that I'm building up here. But this is actually using Elementor's new template pack. Spinning wheel, no audio. Oh, man. Let me check my stream health. Yeah, this is looking weird, isn't it? Oh, I hope this is working. Let's see here. I hope my stream is coming through. I mean, it's limited on what I can actually do for it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going for a bit. And we'll see. I'll check it. Let me know if it gets better. Otherwise, we might have to shut this one off. Silly technology. Okay. Oh, back all good. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll be honest. We moved. We bought a new house and new construction. And you would assume if you buy a new construction that tech is going to work, right? That your internet connection is going to be strong. No, we've had way worse internet here than we had in our old house. So still figuring that part out. There's no fiber internet here. All right, so anywho, we got some comments coming in. Okay, audio is, video isn't. Alrighty, this is unfortunate. Sorry, guys. All right, so I got a question here. On average, to get 10 customers to buy my course a day, I would need 1,000 visitors per day. Sound realistic? Thanks. That's an open-ended question there, JJ. And let me walk through my thinking on how you can kind of guesstimate that. First question is, do you know what you're converting at right now? Or this is for your product. I don't know if you've launched this product yet, so it might be kind of theoretical. So there are rules of thumb out there in the industry. I don't know them off the top of my head. But so you're saying for 10 customers or conversions, you would need 1,000 visitors, right? So the mental math here to see what your conversion rate would be 10 divided by 1,000, a 1% conversion rate. So you're like, oh yeah, I can achieve 1% conversion rate. I don't know. Are you selling something for $5 or $5,000 and well, you're JJ, so you're doing $20 a month, and for a 12-month payment plan, I'm assuming that means you buy a year at once. So your product price would be like $20 times 12. If I can look over my microphone there, sales price. So possibly. The other question, I mean, there's so much that goes into this, and I wrote a Facebook post rant on somebody who asked what conversion rate they should have. It depends. I mean, what is your sales funnel? Are these cold people you're advertising on Facebook ads to a sales page, to a webinar page, to a 40,000 email sequence? It all matters in terms of what your conversion rate is. What I would tell you, the only thing I can say with full confidence is the only thing that matters is what your conversion rate is today and what it's going to be a month from now after doing a good split test. and not one split test, but building split tests into your entire workflow is really the only way that you can understand your profitability. I have a course called Convert. It's a free course in Income Mesh University that walks you through how you can create split tests, and that's also going to be a topic I think for next week, because I'm working with a developer on a tool there. Anyways, long story short, I'll be talking a lot about split testing very, very soon. The only thing that matters is what you convert at and what you can convert at in the future. Don't worry so much about what industry standards say. Like, what you should know is what is your break even price. So if you're doing Facebook ads, I'm assuming you're doing some sort of cost per acquisition. What you should be able to see is cost per lead, dollars per lead. And this is something in Facebook ads you can do very easily. Let me see. Cold targets on Facebook, get an email list by giving a freebie away. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. So this is how we built a profitable funnel for my wife on the front end. And if I figuring out what programs I should have open when I go live, because there's always something for you to jot down, right? Let me come here. Let me just make a new page. Add a new page. So funnel that... I'm going to talk all about funnels now, even though we all universally agreed don't talk about funnels. So what you're talking about here is what we've done very successfully on my other business of running a Facebook ad to a lead gen page. And this is just email. I'm probably going to run out of space, aren't I? Let me go full screen. To email to a one-time offer page. OTO, I cannot write. And then, we could do additional sales functionality here, and eventually you get to a thank you page. And I honestly could not tell you what the percentage of conversions were, but I could tell you down to the penny given on the given day, how much it cost to get somebody to click over to here, how much it cost to get somebody to click over to here, et cetera, et cetera. So I could always do the math, and I could always know my return on ad spend. So if I knew how much money I had coming out, where maybe they would sign up for something free, I'd offer them for something for $7, offer them for something for $49 after that. And I'd be able to get the probabilities of what my conversion rate was of those things, to know how much money I was getting out, how much money I was earning here. And also I knew how much money I was spending per day on Facebook ads going in. And if I can get those two guys to be equal, or ideally have this guy be a little bit more, you're building your list for free. And that is that's what everybody wants to do, right? You're basically using other people's money to build your own business, because once they're here on your list, once they've achieved here, there's other ways of making money off of those leads as well, in an ethical way, obviously, right? Like, you can offer them something again. You can get them on a messenger bot and offer them different services. So as far as your conversion rate, what we did every single time was this. Let me use a different color here. This page here, we would always be split testing. These ads, we would always be split testing. These offers, we would always be split testing. Because while I couldn't tell you what the conversion rate was in a one number thing, I always knew that if I would test it, there was a chance it could get better, get better 2 weeks later. And once I figure out what works better, then I can learn from that, try something else, and improve that in kind of a stepwise fashion with my conversion rates. So that is a quick crash course in conversion rate optimization with my awesome drawing here. I'm going to save this for posterity. Take a little screenshot here. So I hope that helps. Alrighty. Well, this is cool. What do you guys think about me doing a weekly Q&A? Just kind of hopping on. I'm producing a ton of content and answering a lot of questions, but I'm really enjoying the engagement I'm getting here. So that is a little bit of that. I probably don't have... How long have I been streaming? I don't want to be too rude. I've been on for 43 minutes. Are you serious? Huh. That's crazy. Well, I guess I don't have time to really work into this project here, which I wanted to, but this is actually way better. Be a happy man at 10 sales per day. Yeah. JJ, depending on the with your product price, 10 sales a day would be fantastic. Now, that's not all going to be profit, but if you can make a profit from that and build your list, build your community, and learn from your audience through that entire sales flow, and learn what's working, what's not working, that's the gold mine. And with this new brand that I want to set up, and I probably won't do it here on this live today, is I want to get there as well, where right now I haven't run Facebook ads for Income Mesh because I truly don't have it locked in on what it is I like, where to set that paywall. I like giving stuff away for free. I could be a much wealthier man if I decided to charge for everything, but that's not really me as a person. So I'm figuring out where that pay line is. If it's going to be a monthly membership, it's going to be courses I sell that's premium. But then I have to figure out, what do I give away for free? What do I charge for? So I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can continue to do this and also make some money because I enjoy doing that, let me know. I'd be curious to hear from your thoughts. But what I can commit to you is this year is going to be a lot of content, a lot of value, probably more live because this is actually working really well. And more of that. So I'm John from IncomeMesh.com. I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and sign off because we've been live for a while. Just got a call from my wife. Got to make sure that everything is good on that side. And I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. See ya.